Hey yo, is this thing on? Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy Rich right here, Southern Cali. The Outlaws are back. If you didn't know, well now you know. This is the best show on the block. Guaranteed to be the best. Some else, some new, some original. Somebody get you to break outside the box, restructure your mindset, reanalyze the norm, get you to think, implement, strategize, re-strategize, blueprint, put it all into effect, see what you come up with, and progress. I think the whole point in life is to progress, like to start off at one place and then to progress to another stepping stone in the evolution of our existence. Right? And like playing basketball, you start off with zero and then you progress into like a fucking an amazing game with an amazing score. Usually the game is much more intense and much more adrenaline filled when it's a very close match. So when you got two very strong teams and they're going back and forth, they're like 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, and it's just like back and forth the whole way through, right? And so sometimes I think that the best journeys come with a little bit of struggle and a little bit of speed bumps and a little bit of thinking outside the box and a little bit of problem solving and a shit ton of effort and consistency, determination, and discipline. And you just can't reinvent the fucking wheel. I mean, you just basically can't reinvent the wheel. So if you want certain types of results and certain types of outcomes, then you basically fucking just follow the blueprint of what someone else has done that has been very successful for them. That's it. So I talk about this a lot, and it's called finances. I can't reinvent the motherfucking wheel when it comes to finances. So all I can do is study the greats and hopefully bring out the greatness in me that mimics or looks like the results that they were getting as well. And then when it comes to knowledge, same thing. Look up the greats, the great people with great knowledge content, the wise ones of their times, right? Read their content, absorb it, make it a part of you. Collect all the golden nuggets of information that are going to make your life a more beautiful experience. When it comes to emotional well-being and emotional stability, study the greats. Study the greats and see what types of implementations and strategies they had in order to maneuver their way around society when it came to handling their emotions and putting their emotions on demand and basically holding up that morale and the character and keeping the consistency when it comes to being emotionally fucking stable in complete alignment with what you're supposed to be doing with your emotions. I think that sometimes we have a lot of reckless, chaotic, a bunch of spontaneous ass moments in our lives, and sometimes these moments trigger an awakening inside of us, and the awakening is basically a shift towards a better direction. So hopefully you receive that shift. Hopefully you receive that shift internally that's pushing you towards a better existence, something better than you previously have, than you currently have, something that is gonna that's gonna change the dynamic for you and your loved ones in this experience that we call life. I really hope that that you find these tools internally and externally. Internally, because we're gonna absorb them and we're gonna make them a part of us. But externally, because we have to go out into this world and find the resources in order to get the information so that we could have the opportunity to apply it, right? So hopefully you have the right resources in order to study your way into a healthier lifestyle dynamic. Yo, fuck it off the top of my head. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Hopefully you're having a great day, above, beyond, epic, better than average, better original, stupendous, glorious, blessed, phenomenal. And I hope that everything is falling into place for you, such as a beautiful fucking portrait done by a grandmaster in art, right? So this is an ancient portrait. It's been around for fucking centuries and shit, right? And it's made perfectly. Like every brush stroke and every pigmented paint is put in its place. I went to Las Vegas to the Bellagio a while back, and I was really tripping on the Monets and the Rembrandts that they had in the gallery, and it was me standing there for fucking 6 7 hours, studying mastery. And what I noticed was, if you follow the correct procedures and you put everything in its place, it's a very controlled, chaotic movement. Because when you get really close to the painting, it's very chaotic and it not as beautiful. When you get down to the details, it's very it's fucking raw. It's raw. There's pieces of paint that clump up. See, the you would think that the canvas has flat features and you just kind of paint flat, but no, it doesn't. See, this type of acrylic paint or whatever he was using, it would clump up and it would actually start bumping off of the canvas. And when you put that much fucking paint into the humongous canvases and you get up close, you could tell that this human being, this person, spent thousands of hours on this thing and shit tons of paint and tapped it so many times, brush stroked the shit out of it, that when you sat there and looked at what he was doing up close, it looked like a fucking mess. But when you stood back and you admired the portrait, the masterpiece, it was museum worthy. Sometimes when we're in the mix, it looks kind of reckless, it looks kind of fucking sketchy, like everything going on around us. But when we analyze it, when we step back and analyze it, and we see what other individuals are looking, when they're looking in from the outside, sometimes they're looking at a fucking beautiful portrait and you might not see it. So self-acknowledge yourself for all the hard work that you've put in and all the results that you're bringing out daily, consistently. If no one's telling you that they're proud of you, if no one's encouraging you, if no one's supporting you, if no one sat there with you and gave you some beautiful fucking uplifting words and actually meant it, well, let me be the first. I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of all your progress. I'm really proud that you didn't give up on yourself. I'm really proud that against all odds, you're making it happen. I'm really proud that you find a way against all the motherfucking hindrances and all the struggles and all the turmoils and all the speed bumps and all the haters and all the politics and basically fucking every fucking thing that was put to hold you back. You went ahead and fucking broke through. And you might not be exactly where you want to be yet, but you keep fucking pushing forward and you break through. Now, we got to understand that sometimes we take 10 steps forward and all of a sudden we find ourselves 8 steps back. But we still have a fucking advantage because we're 2 steps closer to the victory. Now, we got to enjoy the achievement part. We got that far ahead, and then life kind of humbled us and said, oh, you're not really ready for that yet, but you see what it's like. You see you can get there. You see the capability you have inside of you. That potential is fucking there. Here, let me take you back 8 steps so you're fully prepared on this journey. Instead of just giving you that leap of faith, instead of taking you from 5th grade and putting you in 6th grade because you're some type of fucking genius, we're going to go ahead and elevate you just a tad because it's essential for you. And instead of throwing you into the fucking ocean and seeing if you can swim with sharks, we're going to fucking guide you, mentor you, nurture you. We're going to fucking build you up from the ground up. We're going to fucking make the best foundation possible. So sometimes when you take that level up and then you get that level down, it's actually a blessing in disguise. So think about it as a blessing in disguise anytime you go through certain events. And just while you're in the mix of it, I'll just sit there and fucking ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? What is this moment trying to teach me? What am I supposed to be learning from all of this? And if we take it as a learning experience instead of a hurting experience, we're going to come out of it in a more positive mindset. We're going to come out of it more optimistic. We're going to come out of it ready for the next challenge. Now, do I love challenges? Do I love having a fucking difficult life? No. No, fuck no. I want life easy. Obviously, I would love to have life easy like anybody else. Yeah. But sometimes I've had stuff come easy and I don't really value it and appreciate it as much as the stuff that I've worked hard for. When it comes to like my vehicle, I mean, I busted my ass to get my vehicle, even though it isn't a fucking Aston Martin, right? It's a Honda Civic, but it's still the epitome of all of my energy, hard work, and determination and discipline, everything accumulate, and savings and budgeting and saying no to fucking everything. You know how I did it? See, I got this car in under a year cash, and the secret was to avoid females. So I said, I need to level up in my life and I need certain things to fall into place. And this is priority. This is mandatory. And I wandered around life and I said, what can I hold back on? That is a very expensive feature in my life. And I ran into buying expensive motherfucking designer clothing, going to expensive restaurants and trying to splurge, having a gourmet experience. Dating. I straight up fucking ran into the fact that if you date, you're gonna eventually tap into all of these untouchable categories due to the fact that yada yada yada. So I was like, if I go down to the root cause of this issue at hand, I need to save for. So I would have to eliminate such and such. And when I did it, it was difficult because as a man, you get fucking horny and you want to go out there and get fucking laid, right? But I stuck to the vision. I stuck to the goal. And I don't know, like 6-8 months into it, I got the fucking car. I got the car, I got the plates, I got the tags, I got the insurance, the tune up, everything. I ended up getting some tires. I ended up getting exactly what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. I put in the work and it reflected and manifested for me. So I know that although the techniques that I'm explaining to you is completely possible and it's completely reasonable, and anybody can attain it. Anybody is able to attain almost anything in this life, as long as they're willing to put in the work. Now, am I saying anybody is probably capable of? Well, I mean, certain scenarios you're gonna have to move out of your fucking your little place where you're sitting at, right? So you come from a country town and the situation isn't ideal. You're gonna have to fucking get up and move. Obviously, like there are certain circumstances in people's lives when they wake up and they look around, they're like, Rich, you're full of shit. There are no opportunities around me. You're full of shit, right? I see no opportunities. Oh, okay, that because it's fucking obvious that you live in an area where there's no opportunities. You're gonna have to get up and move. There's no way around it. You're gonna have to get up, and sometimes you're gonna have to do it alone. And then you might be like, yeah, Rich, but I ain't got no money and I don't know anybody in another fucking location to start all over. I completely understand you. But as hard as it might sound, as stupid as I might be, that's an excuse. Because you can always wake up, get up, and with the same clothes on your body, maybe you might just grab yourself a backpack and load it up with little essentials, right? And just take off. Just venture off into the unknown. I actually encourage and support it to go out and live a life worth remembering, to go out and live a life that others only dream about. I actually got up one day and I fucking left. I didn't have all the savings. I didn't have everything ready. I wasn't fucking prepared for shit. I made the irrational, radical decision to pursue something that nobody understood, and it looked wildly insane. I took off, and I ended up homeless on the streets of LA for 2 fucking years. It was very difficult to find the opportunities to get on my feet, but I never gave up. I never submitted. I could have always turned around and went back home and said, Mom, Dad, please help me. Oh, I didn't call them for 2 fucking years. They thought I was dead. I'll tell you the stories later, y'all. My parents thought I was dead. They came to LA and they were like, he's either arrested or he fucking dead. So they would go to all the police departments and they would check for me and they'd be like, no, he not arrested. He not here. And then they would go to all the mortuaries and they would check and see if my body was in the fucking mortuary, right? And they did this every weekend for about 2 years. And so they had a lot of family time moments, whatever. I don't fucking know what they were doing. But what I do know is that I grew up in a very toxic environment and it wasn't going anywhere. And I needed to escape from it in order to rebuild. Because we can't heal in the environment that broke us. It's just the way it works. How am I supposed to heal all of these wounds in a situation that keeps wounding me in the same fucking area? And like having a cut and it's scabbing and you keep peeling off the fucking scab. How are you going to heal the fucking wound if you keep peeling the scab? I had to move. And I had to take that leap of faith. And I didn't have any friends or family or any connections, any networks. I didn't have a pre-planned job. I didn't have any resources seriously saved up. I didn't even take my fucking car because I had a feeling that I might end up in a certain position. And I'd rather have a car sitting here waiting for me than something go bad and I lose the car in the mix, right? So I left the car at my dad's house for 2 fucking years in the mix. He thought I was dead. He sold my fucking car. He sold my car. It was like a 2015 Chevy Sonic. I brought it brand new. Paid for it. It was paid off. I fucking did everything. I kept up with it. It was pristine and it was clean and the interior was fucking clean, right? Yeah, my dad thought I was dead. He sold it. So then when I found out all the information and shit, half of my plans were ruined because I couldn't get back to all of my pre-prep stuff, right? Like my car. So I basically had to start over from scratch. And it took me a minute to reaccumulate and start over. It was a little like, frustrating, but oh well, it is what it is. So now I'm documenting this other part of the journey. And I'm bringing you along with me on the ride. And you get to see me day to day. And you're like, this motherfucker personality is really like that. I don't really get upset. I don't really get mad. I don't flare up. I'm not really negative or anything like that. If anything, I'll just shut up. Or I'll just excuse myself from the relationship situation, friendship, or conversation. Because I don't like dealing with nonsense. But this is my personality. I'm really silly, goofy, funny, all that shit or whatever. But I do take my life very serious, and I do take a lot of my activities very serious. Well, I'm actually enjoying it. So I got the fucking sort of flu, y'all. Yesterday I made a video and shit. It was like, when you're not feeling it, I was feeling like shit. I'm still feeling like shit. So I just wanted to drop in and encourage you to keep moving forward, to keep believing, to keep dreaming, and to keep thinking outside the box for different ways that you've never thought before to implement. Taking a risk and seeing how it goes, and excusing shame and excusing embarrassment and excusing all of these other paradoxes in life that hinder us and hold us back from achieving greatness. So one more thing is that if it doesn't work out, if you get up and fucking go somewhere in order to pursue a dream and it doesn't fucking work, remember, you can always go back to where you started. You can always go back to your hometown, sit there and said, well, I gave it a shot, I gave up. And everybody gonna sit there and say, what a fucking loser you are. They were already calling you a fucking loser before you left anyways. But you gave it a shot. You had the courage, you had the big ass balls. If you're a female, you had the big ass titties to pursue something that you felt was amazing. Now, if you fail, just know that some of the greatest masters in their crafts in the fucking history of mankind were the biggest failures. Now, who was it? Thomas Edison, Ben Franklin, right? One of them created a light bulb, and then it took them, scientifically speaking, through the scientific method, the trial and error, it took him like 10,000 motherfucking attempts before he actually created the light bulb. And the shit fucking worked. And he was asked, yo, how many times did it take you? He's like, 10,000. I said, what'd you learn from it? 10,000 fucking ways not to do something. I didn't take it as a loss. I just took it as 10,000 motherfucking ways not to do something. And at 10,001, I fucking got it right. So I know for a fact that if I do it this way, it basically one of the only fucking ways that this is going to work. And I'm the only one with this information at the moment. That this is the only fucking way. And I also know that there's 10,000 fucking wrong ways to do it. So, since I found all of this information, he went down in history as a guy who transformed the fucking world. But it took him 10,000 fucking losses to find one win. So just remember, one win will set you apart. One fucking move from God Almighty can set you up for life on a fucking journey that you never expected before, better than you ever thought. The most amazing one move. So y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that. I'm still not feeling good. I'm gonna go to work right now. I'll check in this weekend. Usually I don't be dropping videos on the weekend. I get lazy and I'm busy. And actually it's the time I should be pulling out my camera in fucking public and recording backgrounds for you and all that shit. So I'm really gonna try. The thing about it is I genuinely hesitate to start, but once I get started, it's on. I'll actually formulate a schedule and I'll make sure to grab at least 1 to 5 outdoor edited, really actually cool videos from the LA metropolis area for y'all to enjoy, aside from my talks. So hopefully you have a great weekend. Stay blessed, stay optimistic, stay fucking adrenaline packed, get your nutrition on, and get your exercise on, read a book, get your vocabulary on, and I'm wishing you the best. And if you've been with me for whatever, and you've actually gotten results in your life, and I happen to be a component of it, I'm very humbled and I'm very proud to say that I'm a part of your life in a positive way. Because growing up and all the shit that I went through, I just wanted to be like of use, but to be like valuable. I wanted to build myself to be of some type of value and to be able to reach people in a depth that I could only dream of, and to be a key factor to their success, and to be a cornerstone focal pinnacle point. Like when I met this fucking guy, he fucking changed my life. Somehow he was able to reach me through words and heal my broken heart and fix my fucking shattered ass perspective, and align my mindset, and dig deep into my emotions and scrub out all the fucking trauma and give me a new start. This motherfucker gave me a new start. I'm hoping I can do that for one person, and if it could fucking grow and spread like wildfire, well then I'm more excited for more. So y'all, hopefully have a great day. I'll catch y'all later.